Welcome back to the Story Traders podcast.
Truck Stories Part 3, baby. Yeah, we're all farm boys.
Yeah.
We got all the truck stories. I'm starting off with
Featuring Dad again.
Yes. Hey. I'm going to start off with a truck story that is not a conventional pickup truck story.
Okay.
What some would call maybe a Suburban, but still kind of a truck. So I'm going to count it. It is a vacation story. All of us were on vacation. To be honest, do not remember the state, but we were pulling a camper.
Oh, I know I know.
From what I remember, I think we were going on a college visit for Adelaide, maybe. Oh, yeah. I think somebody remembers what story I'm telling.
Yeah.
We were a little turned around. Don't know exact. This was really before the day and age of GPSs being great. I mean, GPSs are still not great, but from what I remember, like maybe we had a little Garmin. My mom was probably trying to do
MapQuest.
Well, probably not MapQuest.
Yeah,
She probably had
at
like
that
a
point.
straight up map, like covering half the front of the car. But we were very turned around, very lost. I don't know how we got to that situation, but we were like, I remember you were driving, and you're like, Trish, I if I'm going down this narrow road, like I don't even know, like there's a big camper. I don't know if we're gonna be able to like get
Turn it
out.
around. That's
like,
right.
And she's like, well, Rick, if you don't want to go down here, just turn around. We'll go another way. And he's like, okay. Okay, I see a big driveway over here on the left. I'm going to pull up. You get out. You run over to the driveway. I'm going to back into the driveway, and then we'll pull out from there. And then, so it wasn't very much traffic out there, fortunately. So she hops out. You guys are backing it up, and you pretty much get to this spot where, okay, you can just pull out. We're good. And I don't remember exactly what was said, but it was just kind of like, all I remember, I was relatively young, but all I remember was like, whatever the situation was, let's get out of here. I was like, what? I was like, I'm very confused, but like, all I knew is, let's skedaddle. We're leaving.
I don't think any of the kids actually really knew what was going on.
So we're just like, I wouldn't say flying down the road, but we kind of skid out of there, and we're like, kind of from the back seat, we're like, what happened back there? Like, did you see, like, did a neighbor come out? They had like a shotgun or something. Like, what happened? And Mom was like, well, we broke a pipe back there. I was like, broke a pipe?
A pipe on the camper?
Like, what? She's like, yeah, it's hanging down lower than I thought, but it was the sewage pipe, and you're starting to drop some sewage. I was like, what? And then I was like trying to look back. I was like, are we dropping sewage down the road right now?
It wasn't just some. We basically left that family a gift.
Oh my God.
And it was
gift
like,
is in quotes.
What were we going to do? It's like, you don't have any
can't-
water that you can like water it down.
Can't
It's
clean
like,
it up.
It's just going to
Literally,
biodegrade.
the best thing you can do is get off the property. Get off the property as quick as you can. So that really explained why we tried to leave as quick as possible. But I
The
was like,
homeowner probably went down there
my
like, what the crap?
Yeah. Well, they would have probably just assumed that we like decided to back up and said, we cannot
find restrooms anywhere.
We can't find.
Oh my God!
We can't find.
That would have horrible.
Yeah, we can't find a dump station anywhere, but we definitely have to dump, so let's just use this guy's driveway. Well, that wasn't it at all. When we backed up, the driveway was uneven.
Yeah, there was
there was like a
large bump at
rock
one point,
that stuck up, in the back, and so this area where the sewage pipe, kind of comes down. Obviously, that was a not a good location to turn around.
Yep. Yeah. I remember very vividly after that, we found a large parking lot where we pulled over, and then you and I just got under there, and we're like using duct tape and everything just to get it up, you know?
Right.
And after that, I think maybe the next day we found an RV place and just left the RV there, and they fixed our sewage
Yep.
system, and then we were able to go on from there. But that was, that's one of our favorite.
It's interesting
family
how
stories.
that particular event has, changed Patricia's and my, view of camping every single time we're backing up. It's like, is it clear back there by the sewage system?
Oh yeah. There's quite a bit of very careful now.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll go on to the next story. The next story is really very quick one. When I used to work as a employee, well, actually a contractor for Nationwide, and so downtown, I always took the same route and everything. But I was driving the pickup, and one day, every time at that time, I was always driving with a big hitch on it. I never really took it out or anything. And so it was sticking out the back, and I was coming up to a stoplight, but all of a sudden, and the light was not actually red at the time. It was green, but all of a sudden, the traffic stopped, and somebody was waiting for somebody else that was on a corner that was a pedestrian, and they were going to turn and everything. But in any event, what it ended up doing is it stopped the traffic real quickly. And so I had to stop real quickly. And when I stopped quickly, all of a sudden I felt this, slam from the back.
Oh yeah.
And
the worst feeling.
yeah. And I'm thinking, oh man, I didn't feel like it was probably my fault or anything like that, but I was just kind of sick because I did not want to go back and see what the damage was to that truck, and I look back and I'm thinking, this doesn't look particularly good. That car looks a lot closer to me than they should be. Like, it really did some damage to the front of the car. So I get out of the truck and I walk back slowly, put on my emergencies and everything. I look back and I look at that car. First thing I see is the front of that car. And just the hitch is literally in through the radiator of the car behind me. I mean, and the hood is all crumpled up and everything. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, and I'm thinking, I don't even want to continue walking and looking around the back of the truck, right? I take just a couple, 3 more steps, look at the back of the truck, and I'm thinking, guess that it just hit the hitch.
Good shape back here.
I don't see any damage.
Yep.
Basically, that hitch is just through the front of their vehicle, and gosh, kind of too bad for you guys. You got to drive that pickup.
So we good? I guess I'll take off, right?
Exactly. So we went through the standard, cop report.
Yeah.
But, everything was good.
Yeah, I've thought several times about how maybe I'll just leave the hitch on the truck
exactly.
just in case, Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so got a couple stories related to bales, like picking up bales of hay. So there was one time Grandpa owns a couple places. The place that we grew up on, and then there was another place about a half an hour away, and that was where a lot of the hay was kept. So whenever we would need hay for animals, we would go up there, pick up 50 bales on the truck, and then come back. Well,
wait, you're talking relatives or
bales of hay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tons of relatives just stacked up on the back of the truck.
So many people.
And we never had an issue before. So this time we loaded up. We have a very systematic way of loading up the truck so that everything works out well.
4
but
bales,
it's
3
to the
bales,
point,
4 bales, 4 bales.
Yeah, exactly. And this time we were driving back on the state route, and it was.
I don't think we normally did that.
I think we did.
We normally went on 23.
I think we normally went on 23.
I feel like we normally went
I think
back
Josiah's
road.
right.
Okay.
We normally went the
And
back
I
roads.
think
but
there
for
was
whatever
some reason you were trying to get back
Yeah,
sooner.
maybe we were
You're
trying to get back
We'll
faster.
do 23. We
Yeah.
never had a problem.
And a bale fell off. And we were all like, oh no, whoa, what do we do? Do we go back and pick it up? Or, we're trying to figure out what's the safest option at this point.
Right.
Wait.
I think you looked in the rear view and you were like, oh crap.
Yeah.
We're like, what?
He's
He's
like,
like, definitely left a bale on the highway there.
Yeah. So what we ended up doing was calling the sheriff's department, and
State
we
Highway
told
Patrol,
yeah
I
the
think,
state highway patrol, and just told them, hey, there's a bale on the highway. We didn't elaborate, but we did tell them that there was a bale on
Did
the
not
highway.
have to.
Yeah.
Didn't have to tell them it came off of our truck.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But we were letting them know we saw there was
Just
a
so
bail.
you know, there's a safety issue. And every time after that, we never took 23.
Never
We did
again.
the slow way every time after that. But related to that, the way that we would stack these bales up was such. Well, I mean, we went so high on the truck that you couldn't see anything out the back window.
Yeah,
the
you
only
s-
thing that you could deal with
You
was
said
mirrors.
50, but we literally could put close to 70 when we stacked it up really high.
Okay,
Yeah.
but most of the time it was like 50, 56 or so.
Yeah.
Right. It was somewhere. Yeah.
So there was another time that we were picking up straw bales from a local place, like really local. It was like maybe 10 minutes away.
Oh.
And
I know what this is.
yeah, I was there with you. I don't remember if Josiah was there or not,
I don't think I was.
but you can elaborate on what happened after we
Yeah. Right. Okay.
stacked these bales up.
Yeah, so we got our straw at a place that had a lean-to shed, pretty good sized lean-to shed. And of course, everybody knows how the lean-to sheds are built, with the posts and everything. And so we loaded up the truck, and obviously, when you load up a pickup and you look in the rearview mirror, you're not going to see anything but the bales that you have back there. So bales of straw were blocking the vision and everything. But like a good driver, you look in the side view mirrors and hey, everything's clear. But I need to turn in order to get, a little. So I'm backing up, and all of a sudden, clonk, and I'm thinking, man, those posts are back there.
Yeah.
I couldn't see them in the side view mirrors, but they were there clearly enough. And yeah, that was a little embarrassing.
I remember we got out and looked. The post was fine.
Yeah.
Wait, so
everything
you
was
were
fine
in
there.
the truck?
I
then,
was
too.
I was in the truck too, but obviously couldn't see anything. The post was fine.
Yes.
The truck was not.
Yes.
We ended up coming
hit
home.
the corner in that case. We
Yeah.
did not hit the hitch. Yes.
Yep. We ended up coming home and just got out and just stared at the truck for a while. And we were just like, well, I guess we need to for sure replace the light. But the rest, like the whole back fender was like bashed
Just
in, and we were trying to. Oh, it was totally mashed.
Pretty much
I don't
stayed
even
that way,
know
right?
how-
Yeah. Oh, it
From
stayed
point
that way.
forward.
Yeah, we ended up replacing the rear light.
Yeah.
But the
entire rest of the time we had that truck,
we
it
tried
was
to
mashed.
bang out the inside of it
Yeah,
from the
that's right.
inside of the fender.
Yeah.
Could only get it out so far.
Yeah.
And so you just took some red spray paint and just
my
spray painted
goodness.
just to
I
try to
forgot about
protect
that.
it from the rust. And I'll tell you what, for the rest of the time that we had that truck, it was just a slightly different shade of red, and it was like a matte finish instead of glossy. And it was just like, well, it's a farm truck.
Well, I remember that was when we first started emphasizing the fact that, it's a farm truck.
Yeah. I don't know how many times after that we were like, that's a farm truck.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure that happened before the time that Adley hit the mailbox post.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
at that
it
point, we were just like, well, it's a farm truck.
Well, and
Yeah.
my brother had borrowed the truck at one point in time too, and he had made a turn too tight
Oh, I do
around
remember
some,
that.
firewood, and he'd taken another dent
Oh,
out
my
of that.
gosh.
So yeah.
At some point, you're just like,
Yeah,
it is.
at some point in time, you're actually glad because now you don't care what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a farm truck. Doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last quick story that I have about a truck mishap was just I was not there. You and I had gone over to Lowe's to pick up a bunch of wood for a project, and I really enjoyed like doing these projects, like going out together to like pick up stuff, just because it was like nothing against Josiah, but it was just me, me and Dad time. So we pick up this wood, we're heading back. Lowe's is only like 10 minutes from the house, and I don't remember exactly what the conversation
they
was.
were long.
They were long.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we had an 8-foot bed, but
Yeah.
they were probably 12, maybe even 16 feet.
Maybe
Oh
so,
my
yeah.
They might have been
Goodness.
16 feet. And I don't remember exactly what the conversation was, but we just decided to just throw them in there, and we're like, we're close. It'll be fine.
Did you put the tailgate up?
No,
The tailgate was not.
that was the problem.
That was the biggest issue.
And we did not have
I
a
would've
tie-down
put-
strap.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I would
we're
put the
thinking we're
tailgate
close,
up and then put something heavy in
Yeah, yeah,
the
right.
back
Yeah,
of the bed.
they had to have been
hand
12
on.
foot because if they were 16 foot,
I don't
they
think we
they
would-
wouldn't have
yeah,
even
right,
stayed
yeah.
stayed in there. Which, well, we'll get to
Yeah.
it. But we leave Lowe's. We're heading back about halfway. There was a light, and it was on a hill, and we were turning left.
Those darn lights on
darn
the
lights.
hills.
Yeah.
Where you have to turn left.
I'll tell you what, they put them in the worst places. So we got stopped, and then there was, we didn't have a green arrow, we just had a green light. And so we were waiting for some cars that were coming the opposite direction to pass us so that we could turn left. Well, they passed us. There was one car that was coming up, and you decided, let's go. And you took off a little too fast. And let me tell you what, every single board fell out of the back of the truck. Every freaking board.
How many boards did you get?
Oh gosh, I mean it was a good number of boards. It was probably
yeah.
We're talking
it was
30
probably-
plus?
No, it was probably like 20 boards.
It was a fair amount.
And Dad just goes, "Shoot!"
Oh, I was like, whoa, we're a friendly
No.
podcast.
Yeah. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He just said, "Shoot!" And then he's like, "We gotta go pick these boards up." And I'm like,
Caleb's actually excited.
I
at
was
this point.
excited. Yeah. This is
Anytime
just like,
Caleb has to do something on the side of the road, he's like,
It's
woo!
it feels exciting because, like, especially I was probably like 8 or 10.
That's right.
And it was just,
He needs
it was
me.
just like, oh, this is exciting. I'm like a man, you know. I'm like picking up all these boards and putting them back in the truck. And this dad and daughter behind us ended up getting out of their car
way.
and helping us load up all these boards.
Feeling bad, you know.
Yeah.
You're feeling like you're an idiot already because you started to take off, with a pickup that didn't
Yeah.
have the tailgate up and everything,
Yeah.
know. And then this guy tries to help you, and it's like, oh man.
Yeah. And meanwhile, he's thinking, he's like, oh my gosh, Caleb's like 10 years old. He's running around on the road just picking up these boards. And I'm just like, this is the best day ever.
My life.
And so finally we got everything loaded up. We got back in the truck and took off very slowly to take that turn. Made it home the rest of the way fine. No cops were involved.
We
But it
still
was
didn't put the tailgate up?
Oh, I'm sure we put the tailgate
Yeah, I
up
would think so.
after that. Yeah. But every time that we pick up a bunch of boards,
You think of that.
since then, we think of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, 1, put the tailgate up. 2, have like some sort of tie down strap
Yeah.
at the same time.
Put some kind of flag
Yeah.
on the back.
So there was a good lesson that was learned from that. But
Something
yeah,
about
good
farming.
times.
It gives a lot of opportunities for good lessons.
Yep. Oh yeah,
man,
so
it
many good
does.
lessons. Yep. All right, that was that was part 3 of truck mishaps of the Story Traders podcast. If you want,
Probably have 5 more parts too, right?
honestly, eventually we'll probably think of more.
Yeah.
But
That's all for now.
yeah, all for now. Comment on YouTube, Apple Podcasts.
Tell us about one of your crazy truck mishaps.
Tell us some crazy
Exactly.
truck
We
stories,
know there
or
are
even
some
just
crazy
vehicle
truck
stories.
mishaps out there.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll still have some more vehicle stories coming up. But yeah, truck mishaps are some of the most classic.
Yeah.
So, all right. See you guys later.